In the realm of cinematic storytelling, few directors can capture the essence of societal struggles like Spike Lee. His film, Blackkklansman, is a masterclass in using filmmaking techniques to highlight the systemic suppression of black voices in white America. One such technique that takes center stage for me is the use of continuity editing, and the breaking of that continuity, a powerful tool that unveils the stark contrast between voices of empowerment and voices of bigotry. Parallel editing, also known as cross-cutting, is a continuity filmmaking technique where two or more scenes are intercut to build tension or convey thematic connections. In Blackkklansman, directed by Spike Lee, parallel editing is skillfully used to portray the suppression of black voices in white America.
Yeah, who's this?
Ron Stallworth here.
This is Walter, returning your call. From the organization?
The organization.
This clip depicts a motif presented throughout the film, that of Ron Stallworth on the phone speaking to Walter Breach, a KKK member. This action motif correlates to the theme, voice. This clip demonstrates the use of parallel editing as these two men are speaking over the phone, a subtle way to portray the isolation that the two men have from each other, as neither know what each other looks like yet, and Walter certainly doesn't know that Ron is a black man. This isolation from each other depicts how the voices of black people in America are consistently drowned out by the noise of white Americans. This parallel editing is fluid throughout, and the continuity of that editing could influence the viewer to feel comfortable with this isolation, almost as if to say that these are the way that things should be. This over-the-phone continuity editing is also portrayed in the 2018 film Sorry to Bother You by Boots Riley. However, it differs from Blackkklansman in that the cinematography puts the callers in the room together. The two films are similar, though, as Cassius Green, played by Lakeith Stanfield, rises to telemarketer power by using his white voice, which relates to how Stallworth used his white voice to gain the trust of white people. By using his white voice, Green masks his blackness, and this is celebrated in a white capitalist society, as a literal high-five montage is played because of all the success Green is garnering. This celebration also makes the viewer feel comfortable, as if to say again, these are the way things should be. This continuity editing is present throughout all of Spike Lee's work. What comes to mind for me is Lee's 1989 Do the Right Thing, an earlier representation of black oppression in a white-based society. In this clip, we see characters Radio Raheem and Buggin' Out confront Sal, a store owner who does not want to represent black people in his shop. Throughout this clip, the 180-degree rule is completely abandoned, and the characters are almost breaking the fourth wall, which could represent how divided the two groups are. As the tension rises, and anger is boiling over, chaos ensuing until eventually... Sal breaking the radio then brings back the 180-degree rule, symbolizing how his life is now restored to his sense of normalcy. However, it completely ends the fight for power and voice that Radio Raheem and Buggin' Out were looking for. Parallel editing then returns later in Blackkklansman, as seen in this clip displaying the divide between the KKK and a black activism group.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black.
Parallel editing is also seen in Lee's bold but impactful earlier work, Bamboozled, from 2000, a movie where black actors are cast to play blackface, and here the parallel editing is shown again, to convey how this is seen as normal in the setting of the film. Finally, at the end of the film, we return to Ron Stallworth on the phone with David Duke, leader of the KKK, having their final conversation. Initially, the editing of the two settings are the same as before, using parallel editing to represent a sense of normalcy. However, when Ron finally takes his voice back and reveals the truth to who is on the other end of the phone, the screen splits, which could symbolize the power that is now evenly split between them on an equal playing field.
Get his name?
No. I don't think I...
Are, you sure you don't know who he is? Are, you absolutely sure? Cause that nigga, coon, gator bait, spade, spook, sambo, spear chucking jungle bunny, Mississippi wind chime, detective, is Ron Stallworth, you racist, peckerwood, redneck, inchworm, needle dick, motherfucker. I'll be here all week.
Now, it is Duke who is left, speechless.